Hello, I'm the Auto Insider, and I spent more than 2 decades now working with some of the biggest car dealers in the world, helping them maximize their profits and put together fantastic deals that sell loads of cars. Over those 2 decades, I've earned a lot. And right now, I'm kind of pulling back the curtain. I'm sharing with people just like yourself how to go into these car dealerships and actually get a great price. Okay, I'm looking to help smart car buyers get the best price possible for their new car. And best of all, my process doesn't result. And best of all, my process doesn't require any haggling. As you can see here, I've kind of laid out a roadmap for you to follow. Okay, there's 9 simple steps you have to follow. Now listen, I can give you an entire program. You're going to learn all about it right now, but you have to go step by step. None of these steps take a lot of time, but it's important to go through the process. Listen, every car salesman goes through specific processes if they're allowed to sell a car. You should do the same as a car buyer. Each of these steps has a right and wrong approach. Wrong moves end up costing you money. Now let's take a minute and I'll explain each step. The first 3 steps are where you set the groundwork. It's like a home's foundation. You might not give it much thought when you walk by and admire a home walking down the sidewalk, but if they didn't have a good solid foundation, that home would be inhabitable. First step starts with a bit of a roadmap. Okay, new car shoppers can go one of 2 ways: flying blind or understand the organization and structure of a car dealership. Okay, if you don't understand the car dealership itself, there are numerous pitfalls for the unsuspecting person. There's numerous pitfalls for that uninformed car shopper who walks in the door. A smart car shopper enters into a major purchase which could require loans, interest payments, and which can require loans, interest payments, and price negotiations, understanding the entire process. The car dealer hopes you go in there flying blind, but I'm not going to let that happen to you. I'm not going to let them lead you around. I'm not going to let that happen to you. Next is the chalk talks phase. That's what I call it. Too many new car shoppers don't understand certain important elements of a car buyer buying trend. Don't understand certain important elements of a car buying transaction. Did the light bulb go on when I described the car buying process as a complicated series of loans, negotiations, and hey, let's consider the facts. It's one of the largest purchases the average person ever makes. Do you know how many people I've had conversations with who are considering purchasing a $20,000 or a $30,000, sometimes even more, and they don't completely understand the difference between things like a lease and a purchase contract? Wouldn't know what a balloon payment was unless there was a clown tying one in knots. They don't understand where to obtain all their rebate and incentive information. This is money the manufacturer wants you to have, but the car dealer's got to give that to you. Okay, when you walk into a car dealership, you're entering a world that preys on the vulnerable and the weak. And there are areas that an unsuspecting person is always going to be taken advantage of. Let's talk about picking your ride. How and where you select a car can have an enormous influence on both the car's ability to serve your needs and how much you end up paying for that car. You need to be in control as you go through this process. The uninformed shopper goes to a car dealer to gather information. If you do that, you're at a complete disadvantage. You, as someone who's going to be informed before you ever speak to a car salesman, will be verifying information when you're talking to the car salesperson, not gathering information. Okay, that's your bedrock. Now we're going to move into this middle level. This is the deal time phase. The majority of new car shoppers start here. Remember when we were talking about a house with a bad foundation? If you start here, you're only going to have problems going forward. Dollars and cents. No, that's not a typo. I meant cents, as in the interpretation of information to draw the right conclusions. Not to repeat myself, but this is a big not to repeat myself, but this is a really big purchase when you're buying a new car. So you need to make sure you understand the ramifications of the loan you're going to take. You need to be aware of the intricacies of any loan you're entering into. Plus, you need to understand all of the insurance needs and requirements and how that bill fits into your current financial picture. If you're going from a 10-year-old car to a brand new one, you can bet your car insurance bill is going to go up. You've got to understand all your financial capabilities and be 100% sure you're entering into the right deal for you. I can show you how to quickly and easily do this, but too often people have never given this 1 minute's thought prior to walking into a car dealership. And to be honest with you, that's just foolish. Okay, it's game time. Now's the time to actually start shopping for your next car. Yay! Okay, but hold on a minute. Now's the time to actually start shopping for your next car. Hold on a second. Car dealers intentionally want you to do this step in a specific manner. It's a manner and a procedure they want you to enter into so they can extract the most money possible from you. Okay, shopping is how a car dealer wants you to. If you shop the way a car dealer wants you to, it's going to be a long, tedious, and very costly process. But you're smart and you're going to follow my plan and my system, and that's going to save you both time and a lot of money. That's the real win-win, right? Dealers and many websites and companies out there working with dealers want you to blindly follow their lead with your wallet in hand. I'm going to show you the right way. Price is right. Buy anything else and the price is the price, but not when you're buying a new car. Deception and diversion is the essence of car sale. Deception and diversion is the essence of car salesmanship. If you don't believe me, go into any dealership with their advertisement. Okay, take the ad out of the newspaper, take it off their website. I bet that price won't be on the contract if you end up buying that car. You're going to pay more, and when you write your check, it's not going to be what they're advertising. Don't believe me? Take any promotion, any ad, anything a car dealership has distributed with the price on it. Take that ad in with you. Ask for that car, go to contract on that car, and I'll guarantee you that the check you write is going to be a lot more than what's advertised. Do you know of any other industry that allows this thing to happen? Do you know of any other industry that allows this to happen? I don't. When I talk about the price is right, you've got to be sure you're always getting accurate numbers. And if you're comparing offers, which you should, you need to be sure you're comparing apples to apples. Car dealers love to move things around to deceive you. So you've got to have a program together when you're doing your prices right. I can show you what you need to ask for, how to get it, and most importantly, how to evaluate this information. Hey, whether it's on a piece of paper or it's done in their computer, but either way, every car salesperson I've ever seen at work uses some type of a buyer sheet to organize their information when they're discussing the financials associated with a car deal. Somehow, too many car buyers who do this car buying process every 3, 4, 5 years, or maybe even this is their first time. Okay, these people don't. Somehow car buyers who do this every, 2, 3, 4 years, maybe they've never done it before, they don't go in there with organized documents. But the person who does this as a job, they do it every day, all day long, 6 days a week, they need a sheet. But somehow the car buyer doesn't. Think about it. It just doesn't make sense. Now, relax. If you're getting a cold sweat forming, I have a sheet for you so you can be in total control at this critical moment. If you're not in control at this moment, you will pay too much for your next car. So, when you have a great price for your car, listen, you need to know you've got a great price for your new car, or there's more work to be done. But if in fact you've got the great price, now's the time to move to the top line, what I call the last line of defense. The missing piece. Here's where those people who do not properly gather the pricing and the financing information, okay, they can't make sure everything's going to be correct and in order. I talk about a sheet with your information, with the structure, all the money the dealer and the manufacturer should be including, the options, the add-ons, all negotiated information clearly and easily and available to you. With that, and only with that, can you review, double check, and verify the important financial elements of a car deal to make sure you're getting what you're expecting. You get what you think you're paying for. Using my strategy, here's where you get the chance to double check these things and verify that you in fact have the best price possible for your next new car. Sadly, the vast majority of car buyers can't do this. And what percentage of those people are actually getting a great price? Think about it. I can tell you, it's probably close to zero. Pen to paper. Here's where you agree on terms of the deal. Expect the salesperson or a sales manager to ask you to review this information, and they're going to ask you to sign a document. Understand, this is not the contract. Rather, it's the information they will enter into the contract documents. If you've got your ducks in order, if you have a document where you've collected all this information, this step is quick and easy. But most importantly, this step is correct in your eyes. This step is done in your best interest. But hey, a lot of car shoppers at this point, their heads are swimming. Okay, some dealers count on packing in profit at your expense at this point in the car buying process. If you've been sitting in a car dealership for 2, 3, 4 hours, it's real easy to make a mistake here, and they're counting on you doing that. Okay, we're at the roadblock phase. Listen, this is where the uninformed exhale. Hey, it's all done, except for just, some paperwork. But you're going to be informed, and you're going to know walking in that you're about to enter a major revenue source for car dealers. You're going to sit in a seat designed to skin you alive. You're going to know what's going to happen. And hey, if you don't know what's going to happen, if you don't know where the dangers are, you're very, very likely to fall in. You're very, very likely to hit a pitfall here. And all that money you might have saved going through the previous 8 steps, you can lose it all right here at the roadblock phase. My program helps you to avoid that. Now, I've taken you through this whole process. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to provide you with some information to help you. As you go through the car buying process, there's a lot of vernaculars, a lot of terms that car dealers are going to throw at you. Go ahead right now, click download, and I want to provide you a sheet that explains those types of things so you can understand the car lingo mumbo jumbo they're going to hit you with. I provide you with a ton of data all on a simple document so you can be prepared to go forward. Why don't you go ahead and do that, and that's going to be our first step. We're kind of starting out the roadmap to getting you the best price possible, and I look forward to helping you some more.